Robert, how you feeling at this hour? I know last hour, this all was a lot. It was brutal for you there on the ground.
Yeah, it has not changed really in the past hour or so since I've been here on the ground in Benton Harbor, Lake Michigan behind me, and these winds just roaring, lake effect, a Lake Michigan mauler, if you will, coming in. We clocked wind gusts about between 46 and 50 miles per hour as the wind is driving all of this snow quite literally sideways, making conditions near impossible to get around on these roadways. Visibility is very low. Even with hazards on, it's tough to see vehicles in front of you, behind you, tough to really orientate yourself with exactly where you're at if you're on these roadways. So my suggestion is do not go out in these roadways here in southwest Michigan and northwest Indiana. But you know, this all began very early this morning in the city of Chicago with those squalls that came through. I landed in O'Hare with many delays today, a light snow that was happening, and almost as soon as I crossed that border from Illinois into Indiana, conditions began to deteriorate and got even worse as the sun went down, and on the interstate headed up here hugging Lake Michigan, the conditions just very, very tough and completely dangerous. A lot of semis and 18-wheelers on that roadway. It's a huge thoroughfare. They've had issues so many winters in the past with jackknife trailers. I hope that does not happen tonight. I hope these trucks are going to pull over and find rest and do not jeopardize their lives or others with these conditions. But my goodness, is it roaring right now. You know, it feels like a tropical storm, but then you add freezing cold temperatures with the winds and the snow, and it makes it even more uncomfortable than when you're actually in those tropical scenarios. And it's hard to tell exactly how much snow is falling at this point because of the winds, but I can tell you this, you know, we could, in some of these areas, get a foot, maybe even more throughout tomorrow. A winter storm warning that is in effect. Some of these areas right now, unfortunately, have lost power. I've seen power vehicles on the side of roadways, hoping that this wind dies down so they can try to fix the situations and electrify what they need to do once again. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, this is one of those systems that, you know, if you're on Lake Erie in upstate New York or Pennsylvania, you get this feel. But this seems to have a different kind of fury here tonight, especially with it being in the dark of night and creating dangers and hazards that nobody wants to be involved in. So I just urge anyone that is watching on the stream, the Fox Weather stream, or even on YouTube, if you're in this pocket, in this area, stay away. Do not get on the roadways. And obviously, we know what happened in Chicago with the airports. Quite literally well over 1,000 compromised flights because of those squalls this morning, and this is going to continue. It's just a mess, right? In winter in this part of the country on the Great Lakes can be as severe as it can be anywhere in the world, unfortunately, and we are feeling that wrath right now. Sideways snow and the wind just pounding through this pocket right now, Kiana.
I was just about to ask you because it looks like this is a sting type of snow. How does that feel? I know not much of your skin is out, and that's thankfully so, but for the parts of your face, how does the snow feel kind of ping-ponging against your skin?
Oh yeah, it's not a good feeling whatsoever. You're essentially going into Mother Nature's ring, and you're taking punches from Mother Nature. And you know, at any moment, if you have exposed hands or even your facial skin, you're gonna get frostbite because of the winds. I mean, it makes it feel with these winds pretty much like it's zero or even less than that. So the dangers are pretty massive at this point, as far as the skin, as far as trees, electrical poles, anything can go wrong, unfortunately, and especially in the dark at night, where there's even more dangers. And when you get on these roadways, like I said earlier, it's hard to orientate yourself with exactly where you're going. I mean, there are points where you just don't know whether you're 5 feet, you can see 5 feet in front of you, or 10 feet, and then you look to both sides and you're not sure whether there's houses or whether there's you know, a part of a roadway. It's tough tough, and you just should not be out in this right now. Leave it to us to document it and show this fury to you. But yeah, this is as brutal as it gets as far as lake effect. The only thing I can compare this to is last January in Hamburg, New York, just south of Buffalo. It was daylight and it was brutal like this, but I have to tell you, I don't think we had sustained winds like this last year off of Lake Erie as we're having right now on Lake Michigan. What an effect right now. And this is the weather that is created by these incredible dynamic lakes that essentially look like oceans when you're on top of it. And I can't imagine what the waves are doing behind me tonight as we try to endure the fury of this lake effect snow in southwest Michigan. Kiana?
Robert, incredible job out there documenting this in real time. Definitely locked under that ban. We'll be checking in with you through the course of tonight. That's Fox Weather Correspondent Robert Ray there in Benton Harbor, Michigan.